The World Cup just got a complete makeover, and most people have no idea how different it actually is. We're talking more teams, more matches, a brand new round nobody asked for, and a rule that means you can finish third in your group and still make it to the knockouts. Yeah, third. And move on. This is the biggest structural change to the World Cup in nearly 30 years. And you're about to understand it completely in under 4 minutes. Stay with me, because there's one part of this format that sounds totally fine on paper. But in practice, it's going to cause absolute chaos. That's how many teams are at the 2026 World Cup, up from 32, which means 16 extra nations got an invite to the biggest party in sports. The tournament now has 104 total matches. 104. For context, the last World Cup had 64. So we basically added an entire bonus tournament inside the tournament. Those 48 teams are split into 12 groups, labeled A through L. 4 teams per group. Everyone plays everyone else once. Classic round robin. 3 points for a win, 1 for a draw, 0 for a loss. Simple enough, right? Here's the part that's going to break people's brains. The top 2 teams in each group advance automatically. That's 24 teams. But wait, if there are only 32 spots in the next round. So where do the other 8 come from? Let that sink in. You can finish dead last in your group, or third, and still have a path through. Well, not last, but third out of 4 teams. And if you're one of the 8 best thirds across all 12 groups, you're in the round of 32. Congratulations! You technically failed your group and still made it. So now you've got 32 teams left. Welcome to the round of 32. This is the new round, the one that never existed before. 16 knockout matches. Win and move on. Lose and go home. No more bye weeks. No sitting pretty. Every single one of these 32 teams now has to fight for survival. From here, it's your standard bracket. Round of 16, then the quarterfinals, then the semis, then the final. The whole thing wraps up on July 19th in New York, New Jersey. More teams means more bad games. That's just math. When you go from 32 to 48, you're adding 16 teams that probably shouldn't be there. Some of those group stage matches are going to be rough. You know the type. One team is playing for their World Cup legacy. The other is just happy to be on the same continent as Argentina. But FIFA isn't running a film festival. They're running a business. More teams means more countries invested. More countries invested means more TV deals, more sponsors, more everything. The round of 32 alone adds 16 extra matches. At World Cup prices, that's not nothing. If 2 teams finish level on points at the end of the group stage, FIFA goes to goal difference first, then goals scored, then head-to-head results. And if it's somehow still tied after all of that, FIFA ranking comes into play. And if that doesn't work either, conduct scores, literally how many yellow cards your team picked up. You could theoretically be eliminated for being too aggressive. That's incredible. Now remember that open loop from the start? The thing that sounds fine but actually causes chaos. Because here's the thing, not all third-place spots are equal. The 8 best third-place finishers go through, but the bracket for the round of 32 depends on which groups those third-placers came from. That means the matchups in the knockout stage aren't fully set until the group stage is completely done. Coaches can't prepare properly. Fans can't plan flights. It's organized chaos wrapped in a spreadsheet. So let's bring it back to where we started. The World Cup just got a complete makeover. 48 teams, 12 groups, a new round of 32, a third-place survival rule, and a bracket that won't fully exist until the last whistle of the group stage. The core idea? FIFA made the World Cup bigger, messier, and, depending on who you ask, more exciting or more diluted. Probably both. Here's the question worth sitting with. Does adding 16 more teams make the World Cup more special, or does it just make it longer? Drop your answer in the comments. I'm genuinely curious where people land on this one. And if you want more breakdowns like this, where we actually explain the stuff that matters before the tournament is already over, subscribe. New video drops every week.